Hi guys, and today we are going to do this beautiful animated hamburger menu using CSS, HTML and JavaScript. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new, and let's dive into our Visual Studio Code. So this is index.html. Inside our Visual Studio Code, I have the title hamburger menu and I have a link, also a script tag here. I have navigation with a class of menu, another list inside that navigation with a class of list. I have 4 list items here that contain an anchor tag. Then outside that another list I have a button of class btn, and this has this value, which all of the rest has this other value. I'm going to increase the font size of my Visual Studio Code so that you'll be able to see nicely when I go into my CSS style. Now for this guy, I'm just gonna comment this so that you see what happens, and then margin 0, padding 0, then every other thing you just set like that, and I'll uncomment this and save this. Then you see background, this guy, it's positioned at the center, also covers the entire view height of the entire space of our body. I have display flex, justify content center, line content center, font family, sans serif, position, relative. The next thing I want to uncomment out is my pseudo border, my body pseudo class before pseudo class, and save this so that I have this nice overlay. So I have contents empty, then position absolute, top 0, left 0, then width and height 100%. Then the background is a nice black background with some transparency there, and has the index -2 so that all my other contents can come after it. The next thing I want to comment out is the body, is the menu class, which is my nav menu. So I have display of flex, align items, center, background color white, then I have gap of 5.5 rem, and I have padding, and I have box border radius, I have box shadow as well. Next thing I also want to comment out is my another list, which is the one that has a class of list. Then I have display of flex, list style, non-gap 0.5 rem. The next thing I want to comment out is the body. So this the btn, the button rather, has a border of none, then background transparent. The next thing I want to comment out for here would be my anchor, which has a text decoration of none, text transform of capitalization. And from this point, I think we can adjust some things a little bit. So I'm just going to add some paddings here. So I'm just going to say padding should be 0.5 rem and save that. So I see how big everything just went one time, and I'll add font width should be like let's say 700, and save this. Okay, I like how this is looking, and I just like everything like this. Please, you can check out this last video I just made, and it's posted on YouTube. This is a very simple card design that has this beautiful transition. It is the last video, and you can just click it and let's go. So I've target my hover effect. So if I save this, I have this beautiful color changing that doesn't really change, like it is almost unnoticed when that happens. And I have my my button, then the cursor is pointer, and here I've got my list set, the width of my list set to 350 pixels. The next thing I want to start doing would be the over effect on the nav. So this would be menu dot active rather. So when my menu has a class of active, I want to target my list. So this would be list, and then I want to say that the width should be 0, and save this. So for the plain purpose of this video, I'm just gonna add, so to make it simple, I'll just add active here and save, so that we can see whatever we are doing in there, right? All right, now the next thing I want to do would be this list should have an opacity of 1. Sorry, I'm just gonna remove this. So it should have an opacity of 1, and so when it is active, when it is active, that's when I want it to, have the other styles. So for now, I'm just gonna come here and say, I don't even know how to put this place. Maybe I'll call it active, or maybe when active, right? When active, right? So when active, my div should be width of 0, then visibility also should be hidden, right? And then I have transition, and this my transition would be opacity points 5 seconds, or let's make it 0.7 seconds, linear, and this would come 3 times again. So I'm supposed to put comma there, and sorry, and yes, now this would be width, and this would be visibility, right? All right. Okay, this guy was not supposed to be here. All right, so this is what happens when we don't have that class of active in our nav. So again, my nav should be, so nav gap be 0, right? So this is all the styling that we have when the menu will not have a class of active, and this is not still centered. The next thing I want to do is to target that menu. So I'm just going to say dot menu gap should be 0. All right, then that is centered. So what I'm gonna do now is just copy all this guy, excuse me, and I'll come to where I have my list here. I'll paste it. So when I paste it like that, I'm just gonna edit this other guy. I'll just comment this out, or I'll just cut it. And then the next thing I want to do would be to go down. All right, so that's fine, and say when menu has class of active, so this will be menu dot active, then the list should have all these properties, right? Paste this. I save this. Now menu should have a class of active right now. So if I delete this out and save, right, I'll come back here. I'll say visibility should be visible, opacity should be 1. I save this and then come here. Okay, I still have this guy. So I'm going to say when menu again has a class of active, so the menu the active gap should be 0.5 rem. And I'll come here and I'll say gap should be 0. Save this. Okay, and I can just take this guy out. I think everything is set up already, so I can just come here, add a class of, save that. So visibility, width, and opacity. Come here and I'll say visibility width. Let me just go into my JavaScript. So I'm gonna say let menu equals document dot get document dot query selector dot menu. let btn equals document dot query selector dot btn, and then let a equals document dot query selector um document dot query selector a, right? btn dot add event listener, event listener click event function. What I have the add event listener dot click event, then the function should be if btn dot text content is equals to then btn dot text content is equals to x, btn dot text content is equals to, right? Then after that, I'm gonna say that um sorry menu dot class list dot toggle active, and then a dot add event listener event function be they should have objects. So e dot prevent defaults. So if I save this, yes guys, this our project is working well. As you can see, everything is happening the way we want it to happen. So I think I don't like the way so I want the width to be fully um opacity, then visibility. I think these two should be like 9. Same thing. What happens is the same thing. As much as it opens before, it's the same thing. So I'm just gonna keep everything together. So I'm just gonna say 7. That's still 4, so that it will be almost unnoticeable. Save this. All right. So yes, guys, I can even put this center. So where is my list? Can make this justify content center and items. I think I already did that one. Praise this. All right. So I think this one is much preferable. And then my hover effect is working. Then the color of the button should be maybe color red. So yes guys, this is the end of the project. As you can see, and we have successfully created that hamburger menu using CSS, HTML, and JavaScript. Why I added all these guys so that it wouldn't do anything when I click on it. So that's the main purpose why I added that prevent defaults. And please subscribe to the channel. I love you.